Item. SCP-1172. Object Class. Safe. Special Containment Procedures. The item may be stored in any standard low-security storage room with sign-in-out protocols in place. Testing may be performed in situ. If the item is to be transported, the bag should be tightly closed using the drawstring and a sealing clip, and the bag be placed upright into a foam-lined case to prevent risk of the tiles becoming separated from the bag. Strong sealing clips are to be left in the nearest guard's office to secure the mouth of the bag during transport. In the event of any or all of the tiles becoming separated from the bag, protocol requires that the area is cleared to a radius of at least 10 meters in all directions, and an automated robot is used to bring any spilled tiles in contact with the bag. Once this is done and SCP-1172 is complete, the cleared area may be re-entered safely and the bag secured. Description: SCP-1172 is a linen bag made from thick flax fibers, rendered green by dye derived from the skin of Pachys cereus, a cactus plant. It contains 100 white plastic tiles, 98 of which are marked with letters of the Roman alphabet. The letter distribution is identical to that of a shop-bought Scrabble set. The remaining 2 WorldCode tiles, usually blank or marked with a single dot in the commercial set, are slightly darker and marked with a drawing of an eye, rendered on the plastic by the same embossing and paint used for the lettering. These 2 tiles feature no score numbers. Attempts have been made to photograph the design. In each case, the tiles have appeared on film as being standard blank tiles. Drawings of the tile are successful, however. Removal of the tiles from the bag must be performed in accordance with strict protocol. Removed tiles must not be taken more than 30 centimeters from the bag. Absolute safe limit has been recorded at 54 centimeters. Once a tile is taken from the bag, at least 6 others must also be removed. They must in turn be placed to the immediate right of the previous tile. No more than 10 tiles are to be removed per use, after which all tiles must be returned to the bag. These criteria were established during testing by using an automated robot to remove the letters and then retreat slowly from the bag until anomalous effects were noted. Any breach of this could result in serious injury. When tiles are removed from the bag and placed in left-right order in 96% of situations, 166 of 173 tests, the tiles placed formed English words. These words were often found to have relevance to the test subjects, but in some cases the relevance was not apparent until events after the test transpired. D-class personnel for whom the resulting words were not relevant are to be excused from termination procedures until said relevance is observed. The remaining 9 subjects drew the tiles containing the I symbol during the test. In every case, once the I symbol had been drawn, the next time the subject attempted to retrieve a tile, they experienced the sensation of being touched on the fingers from inside the bag. The same occurred for subjects attempting to remove more than 10 tiles. Recovery log. The bag was brought to the attention of a Foundation researcher on periodical duty. The following letter was published in the January issue of Fortean Times. Supplemental Materials 1172-3A. Fortean Times issue. Page. Fortean Times. I know this sounds crazy, but I was at a party at a squat the other night, and after we'd indulged in quite a lot of recreational substances, one of the hosts led me up to the loft and showed me a dusty pile of board games they'd found up there. He opened a copy of Scrabble and took out the bag and told me a creepy story about it having been found in Crowley's possessions at the time of his death. He then started chanting and told me to take tiles out of the bag, and they said some creepy stuff. All true. After I'd pulled a few out, he shouted at me to stop and told me to go back downstairs, and I didn't see him for the rest of the night. Has anyone else ever experienced this kind of thing? Or was it a trick inflated by my drug-addled mind? Fort Fan, Derby. The researcher located the writer of the letter who divulged the location of the squat. Agents and were sent to in Derby to collect information and if possible retrieve the item for examination. The house was deserted but showed signs of recent habitation. On gaining entry to the loft, the Scrabble box was quickly located. In the box, along with the board, bag of tiles and the ruler book, was a note. Supplemental materials 1172-3D. Letter found in Scrabble box. I hope nobody finds this. I sealed the loft hatch shut for a reason. Do not open the bag. Do not use the bag. It's told me so many horrible things. She cries out for me now. Her war cry keeps me awake at night. She is Alala. I am her slave. Don't use the bag. Alala, in Greek mythology, is the female personification of the high-pitched ululation used as a war cry. This sound is heard at volumes exceeding 120 dBl when tiles are brought more than 54 centimeters from the bag. During this time, the area around the bag is perforated with boreholes around 2 mm in diameter, traveling through any material up to a distance of 315 centimeters from the bag at approximately 3.5 bores per second. These bores appear between frames using high-speed video capture, and no physical means for producing them has been observed. The ululation and appearance of the boreholes continues to occur until all of the tiles are within 54 centimeters of the bag, at which point the tiles are pulled back into the bag by means that are at this point unknown. Use of IR cameras have proved inconclusive.